So, hi guys, I'm back, and basically the software again cut me off after 5 minutes, but I was saying that wall 2, okay, the difference between wall 2 and wall 1 is your conventional wall. Of course, there's just an arbitrary tag name, but the way it's defined here, I made wall 1s, those maze walls that you saw, and wall 2 is what you would do to change levels, what you would hit into. So as I said before, there's a non-rendering object, which means in those render settings that I showed you guys before, if I pop back into here and we take a look at one of these walls, okay, let's see, level 6 has walls. If we jump into the quad here, you could tell we have the renderer turned off. No, not here. Let's see, game scene, here we go. Okay, so quad, here we go. And the mesh renderer is turned off. And what that basically does is that means it's not going to render in the screen, so it's going to be invisible to the player, but the collider, the rigid body are all still present on that object, which basically means that the game sees it, but the person doesn't. So it's an efficient way to just transition from one level to the next. Now we're just doing this Boolean check if level 1, then we load game scene level 2, then we set level 1 equal to false, keeping track of our state machine here. Level 2 is now equal to true, and current life is equal to 100. We're resetting the health each time, again, just based on some feedback that I had that this game was way too hard without resetting the health. Personally, I didn't agree with it at first, but after a bunch of play tests, you make changes like that. That's really a rapid prototype iteration. Big game design concept. Basically, just going on a tangent here, not really related to the code, but related to game design itself. Rapid prototype iteration. You get the prototype, the game working as fast as possible, even if it's just rough blocks. Some of you would have seen this game at the beginning. Some of you might have, if you've taken some of the NJIT classes where I've shown it at. You actually have these. I just had these blocky things that weren't even. First off, they weren't even objects, and then when they were objects, they didn't even have transparent backgrounds. It was just a multi-layer process of just making the game fun and then putting in the graphics. It's just so that while your artist is working on the stuff off the graphics off to the side, you're continuing to iterate, the code, the prototype, and you're just continuing to have people play it, tell you what's wrong with it, tell you what could make it more fun, see if there's any bugs, catch any glitches. Reprogram it, or tweak the code, I should say. Don't reprogram the whole thing unless you have to, but tweak the code. This code went through so many iterations, and finally we now have a playable game. I understand it's a very simple game, but it's a game. And we have if other document object tag health here. I'm just jumping right back in. Okay, so if other dot object dot game. Oh, this is your health pickup. I confused myself there because the health 1, health pickup, should probably use better name conventions. Should have used health pickup, but whatever. We're setting curl life back to 100% again, or back to 100, I should say, which in this case 100%, but that's not a percent, that's just a number, just to throw that out there. We're destroying the game object because that simulates the pickup. Of course, if you're in a game and you're picking up an object, you want to destroy that object. Doesn't mean you're destroying it, just means you're taking it off the screen, and the effects, which are detailed here, resetting the health, are taken care of behind the scenes, and feedback to the player through the shader or whatever you're using to instantiate the health. Testing purposes only, debug.log, but it's a great tool, and I highly recommend that all of you use it while you're doing those prototypes that we were just talking about. And again, this is another thing. I didn't plan on resetting the whole health. Originally, the pickup was like 5 or 10 health out of the 100, but again, through rapid prototype iteration, me and my team had decided it was best that we go with resetting the health each time. This was a last-minute decision after we had continually played, but right before the game was due, we said, we're going to reset it because the game seems to be too hard for players without it. And these are just really important considerations just in game design in general. And let me see if there's anything else I just want to show you guys. Enemy bullet. No, I think that's about it. We have player clamp, player health 1 script, which I assume is some of the shader stuff. Do we have some time? Alright, we have 20 seconds. Player clamp, I just want to show you guys really fast how to keep a player on the boundaries. You see this code here. Just 2 floats, and this check right here. Testing purposes, vector 3, we're setting a position variable. you know, clan